In a show like Doctor Who, there is going to be the odd plot hole here and there, and sometimes we as Whovians just have to overlook them. But in this video I'm going to go through some of Doctor Who's most notorious plot holes to date. Before we go any further, I would ask you to subscribe if you love Doctor Who and Doctor Who content. This channel is all about Who and has some great stuff coming and already has some great stuff already on the channel. The Doctor's age dilemma. As a Time Lord, the Doctor ages differently from humans, leading to inconsistencies in his stated age throughout the series. For example, in the classic era, the 7th Doctor, played by Sylvester McCoy, claimed to be 953 years old. However, when the 9th Doctor, played by Christopher Eccleston, meets Rose, played by Billie Piper, in the episode The Aliens of London, he claims to be only 900 years old. This discrepancy seemingly erases decades of the Doctor's life and overlooks the existence of the 8th Doctor, played by Paul McGann, and the War Doctor, played by John Hurt. Despite time travel, the Doctor shouldn't age in reverse, making this inconsistency particularly puzzling. The River Song paradox. River Song, played by Alex Kingston, is introduced in the Series 4 episode Silence in the Library, where she meets the 10th Doctor, played by David Tennant, for the first time. Throughout the series, River and the Doctor encounter each other at different points in their timelines, culminating in River marrying the 11th Doctor, played by Matt Smith, in the Series 6 episode The Wedding of River Song. However, in Silence of the Library, River references the crash of the Byzantium, an adventure she shares with the 11th Doctor in the Series 5 episode The Time of Angels. It's odd that River doesn't realise that she hasn't yet met the 11th Doctor, who looks vastly different from the 10th. Given her intimate knowledge of the Doctor's appearances, as she said,
How early is this for you?
Very early.
So you don't know who I am yet?
How do you know who I am? I don't always look the same.
I've got pictures of all your faces. You never show up in the right order, though. I need the spotter's guide.
This oversight is perplexing. The Writer's Flaw. The idea that the Doctor can never see Amy and Rory again in The Angels Take Manhattan feels like a contrived plot hole. The Doctor claims that he can't return to the specific time and place where they were trapped. But it raises the question, why couldn't he travel to a nearby location or a different time to reunite with them? Amy and Rory could have relocated, or they could have simply waited for a time when the Doctor could reach them. The frustration is compounded by the fact that River Song manages to return to them to deliver Amy's book immediately after the Doctor says he can't see them again. This inconsistency highlights the weak narrative resolution, making it feel like it's a missed opportunity for a more plausible ending. The Weeping Angels' sluggish finale. The Weeping Angels, first introduced in Blink, are among Doctor Who's most terrifying villains, known for moving incredibly fast when not observed. However, in the climax of the episode, as Sally and Larry tried to enter the Tardis, the Angels' movements inexplicably slow down. Despite being seconds away from catching their prey, the Angels seem to lose momentum, advancing only inches instead of their usual lightning speed. This sudden change in their behaviour is never explained, creating a jarring inconsistency in an otherwise tightly crafted episode. Paradox of Orson Pink. In the episode Listen, we meet Orson Pink, time traveller who bears a striking resemblance to Danny Pink. The story revolves around Clara and Danny's relationship, with Clara inadvertently inspiring a young Danny to join the army. Orson reveals that he's a descendant of Danny, which seems plausible until the events of Dark Water, where Danny dies before having any children. This creates a significant plot hole, as Orson should not exist if Danny died without leaving descendants. While one could argue that the timelines are subjective, Danny's death seems like it should have been a fixed point, making Orson's existence an unresolved paradox. Regeneration energy anomalies. In The Angels Take Manhattan, River Song's wrist is injured by a weeping angel, and the Doctor heals it using regeneration energy. This is puzzling, as Time Lords typically only have regeneration energy available immediately after regenerating. By this time, the 11th Doctor's regeneration should have been long past, especially considering that with the introduction of the War Doctor, the 11th Doctor is technically the last incarnation in his cycle. This inconsistency undermines the established rules of regeneration and raises questions about how much energy the Doctor has left. Opening us up to the timeless child retcon, this kinda explains a little bit, but it's still a plot hole because we've never seen the Doctor ever use regeneration energy in this way. The Impossible Girl's unexplained escape. Clara Oswald, known as the Impossible Girl, mysteriously appears throughout the timelines of the 11th and 12th Doctors. In the name of the Doctor, Clara sacrifices herself by leaping into the Doctor's time stream, fracturing herself into countless versions scattered across his life to save him. This act should have been final, as she was meant to be lost forever. However, Eleven enters his own time stream to rescue her, and together they escape. The episode concludes with the revelation of the War Doctor, but the next time we see the Doctor and Clara, they've somehow made it out safely, without any explanation. Given the established rules about time streams, their escape seems impossible, leaving this plot hole unresolved. Creating Ruby Sunday. Ruby Sunday, the latest companion to the Doctor, has excited fans but also raised questions about potential plot holes. The issue arises from the concerns that Ruby's storyline might conflict with the established Doctor Who canon, particularly regarding time travel rules or character continuity. Doctor Who is known for its creative storytelling, often bending its own rules, so it is possible that these concerns will be addressed in future episodes. Whether Ruby Sunday represents a genuine plot hole or a deliberate narrative choice remains to be seen, as fans will have to wait for more episodes to fully understand her role in the Doctor Who universe. But please tell me, if you do know, why does it snow? The timeless blunder. The mystery of the timeless child has intrigued fans since Jodie Whittaker's debut as the 13th Doctor. It wasn't until the series 12 finale, The Timeless Children, that this enigma was finally unravelled. In a shocking revelation, the Master, played by Sacha Dhawan, disclosed that when the timeless child fell from Universe 2 into our universe, the ᴍᴏʀᴇns, the original inhabitants of Gallifrey, genetically engineered her innate regeneration ability, thus creating the Time Lord race. The single plot twist effectively rewrote over 50 years of Doctor Who history, leaving a trail of new plot holes in its wake. The Timeless Children reveals that the Doctor's incarnations date back long before the first Doctor, played by William Hartnell. For instance, the fugitive Doctor, played by Joe Martin, pilots a Tardis in a familiar police box form, even though it was established in Doctor Who's second ever episode that the Tardis chameleon circuit was broken, leaving it stuck in that shape. This makes the fugitive Doctor's Tardis improbable but not impossible. Furthermore, the Timeless Child originally had potential for infinite regenerations, a capability that the Time Lords later capped at 12 to prevent immortality. But if this limit was self-imposed, why did the Time Lords need to grant the 11th Doctor extra lives in the time of the Doctor to allow him to regenerate? Damn, at this point they would have been better just starting the show from scratch. Succs' TARDIS Conundrum. In the Season 1 episode Empire of Death, a significant plot hole emerges involving Succs, who claims to have survived by attaching themselves to the TARDIS.
Sent you forward to your own death.
Instead, I found a home. I clung to your infernal machine, and for so many years, I hid.
Succs implies that they have been with the Doctor throughout their travels, existing invisibly on the TARDIS. This raises numerous questions. How did Succs remain unnoticed by the Doctor and his companions, especially when they interacted with the TARDIS exterior? Why didn't anyone walk into Succs if they were physically present? Additionally, when the TARDIS had a sponge bath in the Angels Take Manhattan, wouldn't that mean that Succs had a sponge bath too? There are so many more instances of these logical inconsistencies that detract from the narrative and logical storytelling of Empire of Death, making this a huge, significant plot hole in the overall series. If you've got any plot holes that you've figured out from Doctor Who that you haven't seen in this video, please comment down below and let me know. Maybe I'll make another video based on your guys' comments. I will ask you again to subscribe if you love Doctor Who and Doctor Who content. This channel is all about Doctor Who and we love it here. And there's some great stuff coming, and as I said, there's great stuff already on the channel. Click this video if you want to stay in the YouTube Whoniverse, because honestly, it's always the best place to be.